and thank God I had an extra $600 in that account because I was able to pay my bills. So this business is very much worth it. Tiny backstory.
I have moved to a different state, and I decided to take a year off of what I usually do, and then I actually got tired of, doing what I was doing that wasn't spa, and I decided to get back into my own office and my own business again.
I have had that business since late December 2023, and I started making income January until now. So as you can see in the title, it has slowly increased, and I kind of want to be very transparent so that you guys can understand how business kind of starts out and where it can go. The projection is quite surprising. I feel like business is better where I moved, and sometimes you have to move across states to be a little bit more successful. And it's I notice it's much easier to get clients, and it's probably because it's a very metropolitan area, so it's just easier for people to find you. So my name is Heidi. I am a licensed massage therapist and cosmetologist with a focus on skincare. So I do go by esthetician because that is what I love to do. So I am very frugal when it comes to opening up a business. It was literally on a shoestring budget. Like, I bought my table from Facebook Marketplace, and I got a few things at IKEA, but I had to return some stuff to get it. So it's been very shoestring budget. I have a very affordable back bar, and I started with retail sizes first. So I mean, there's so many things that went into this because I really just sold everything when I left Florida and came to Georgia, and I started over, and it was hard, but it was worth it. So I do hope I can replace my income entirely in the next 6 months. And then I also work for a spa part-time, and I'm also a teacher, which I don't know if you guys have never shared this before on this channel, but I love teaching, and maybe that's why I came to YouTube. Who knows? I don't know. But I am a teacher for a massage instructor, and I teach Chinese medicine. Actually, I'm not an expert, just the bare, theory to massage therapists, because a lot of techniques that massage therapists use are actually kind of stems off of Chinese style massage techniques. If you want to know more about that, leave a comment down below. I haven't talked to some of you guys in a while, so I'm always answering comments even when I'm not posting. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get into some reports. I actually pulled up my reports, and I'm going to show you the numbers, okay, because the numbers don't lie. After I show you the reports, I'll go ahead and share some tips as to why I think some things that I changed in my business really helped double the gross sales, as you can see, for the last few months. So let's go ahead and get to it. So if you can see, in January, I actually made total of $546. Now, that is not even enough to cover my office rent. So this is where having a part-time job when you're starting a business really helps, because you will always be in the negative somehow in the beginning of every business. So my rent, actually, for my monthly office rent is $800. So my goal was just to try and get $800 at least, but I didn't make that until a few months later. Let's jump to February. As you can see, I actually made a little bit less money in February, and it was because I was working at a job that I absolutely hated. Maybe one day I'll open up and share like the horrors of some spas, but I really hated this job, and it reflected in my personal business. Things started to turn around in March. I actually made 510, so it started creeping back up slowly, and this is gross sales. This isn't the total amount collected, so this is after Square kind of takes their cut. And then things really started to turn around because I started focusing more on my own business, and not even by much. I was doing my own business very much part-time because I'm a busy person. I was working, I'm teaching, I'm a mom, I cook every day, like I clean the house, I got 2 fur kids, so it was hard. But then it started really turning around when I actually left that employer, and thank God I did, because my business started to really reflect that time I was putting into it. Now we're at $948, and that was enough to cover my rent and leave a little to cover what I had already spent into the business. Now, if you can see in May, I made $1,057. So now it's going up. And it really didn't start going up until probably the next month after that. Like summer hit, and it was really nice. Now, this is actually only like 3 to 5 clients a week, which is very doable. I mean, gosh, it's very much part-time, and this is extremely doable. So in June, I had double the increase of sales, and even then this was still below 10 customers per week. This is very doable. So $2,267 even for the month of June. I was just getting really excited, and I will share how I started turning things around. One was quitting that job that was eating my soul. Then, as you can see here in July, I hit $2,110. It dipped down a little bit, and that actually is probably due to I was actually started teaching more than one class, and it took away from my time at the office. But I only had about what is that? Maybe like a little over $100 difference in the 2 months. I don't have August report yet, but I do know it's going to be a little bit less than 2,000 just because it is back to school. It is the time of the year where spas kind of take that dip for a few weeks, and then it starts to pick right back up before the holidays and Labor Day and Christmas. Everybody wants to feel good and look good. So I am used to that. I've been doing this 15 years, and it's pretty consistent like throughout. There are several dips throughout the year that have stayed consistent. Now I'm going to add this graph here, and this graph shows how much of percentage of an increase from January until August. I mean, it is exponential. It's 2,587% increase, and you can see it's even comparing it to last year. And last year I didn't really do anything. All I did was sell products to my clients back in Florida. So as you can see, like all the way from January, took a dip to February and March, and then it started to really pick up April and May, and then double in June and July, and it's starting to go down just a little bit for that back to school. So you can see I actually worked really hard from May to June in my business when it came to like taking pictures and taking videos and asking for Google reviews. Now here are the tips that I highly recommend you start doing to help increase the traffic in your business. Number one, ask for those Google reviews. Those Google reviews are everything. They really help people come to you, find you, trust you. That was the number one thing that people told me when I asked them, how did you find me? They said, oh, I read your Google reviews. And that was, I get more clients through Google than I do Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, any of that. So Google is where it's at, because you want to make sure that you're searchable. Opposed to services, I do about 50%, 60% massage, and then about 40%, maybe even a little more of facials. I haven't done lashes at all this year. That's just because I just really lack space. So you guys have seen my current office is pretty tiny. So just a lack of space. Maybe one day I'll start offering it again, or even maybe hire someone or rent to someone who wants to do it and who's good at it. I would only hire someone who's really good at it. The second thing that really helped, aside from the Google reviews, I started posting more in like my stories and making sure I add hashtags of location and Instagram, because that does, when you look at on Google, it'll pop up with Google if you say facials near me, spas near me, massage therapist near me. Like you want to make sure like some of those keywords are in your hashtags. I noticed that Instagram pops up at the same time as my Google page. So I don't know if the two have something in common, but when I noticed when I stopped posting as much is when I started getting less traffic on Google. And let's see, I would say the third thing that really helped quitting my job that I had. The toxic job will just eat you and drain you, and you know where your energy flows is where it grows. So I made sure that I quit that job and found another job that was much, you know, more flexible with me. And yeah, sometimes you just got to stop everything and focus on your business once it starts getting to a certain point. But now I'm pretty comfortable with where my business is at. I know that my basic expenses will be covered. So now I need to focus on actually making a profit. I would say the first 6 months is breaking even. Like it paid for all the stuff I invested in already, my month's rent, everything. Now I'm focused on actually making some profit for the rest of of the year. And if that profit gets a little bit more, like I would say 3,000, 3,500, 4,000, I can go ahead and quit my jobs and stick fully to this business, which I always recommend. Like as a beauty business or entrepreneur in this field, you should have, you know, especially if you have kids and a family and bills, you got to make sure that you have to make sure you have something, you know, a part-time, some type of cash coming in. And once your business flourishes is once you can finally go on your way and be on your own. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of my gross sales. If you feel like it could be better, hey, let me know. Like, hey, throw some tips out there and I can try it out and see how it goes. If you learned anything from this video, that it motivated you, you know, a lot of this money, I don't see it. It goes straight back into the business. So it is hard to stay motivated when you don't see that much money. But there was one month I had to pay like my own bills. I had to pull from my business, and thank God I had an extra $600 in that account because I was able to pay my bills. So this business is very much worth it. But until my next video, guys, I will see you soon. Good luck with your businesses. Make that money. But have a wonderful day, guys. Bye. See you next time.